77 WABC and Bergen Newbridge Medical Center honor the life of legendary broadcaster and our friend, Ernie Anastas.
Hi, it's Ernie Anastas. You know, your thoughts can affect how you feel. Bergen Newbridge Medical Center is the largest hospital in New Jersey, providing comprehensive, equitable, compassionate, and high-quality emergency inpatient and outpatient medical care, plus mental health services and substance use disorder treatment. The Bergen Newbridge team can address your total health needs in one convenient location. Call 201-225-7130 for an appointment or newbridgehealth.org.
Police responded to a 911 call.
Dramatic video of gun insanity in the Bronx.
Police releasing a new video of a person that they are still trying to track down.
Defund the police is not the answer.
Many people surveyed said they just don't feel safe in the city.
It's a shooting outside of a store.
This is Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast.
Police this morning are searching for the person who turned this Harlem platform to a crime scene.
A Red Apple Media Podcast Network production. Now, here's Bo Dietl.
Welcome to Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast. Wow. Today I got a guy that I've been trying to get on my podcast. I've done a couple of hundred podcasts, but I got a guy today that I have so much respect and admiration. When you talk about a real American, one name comes up, and that's my friend Scott LoBaido. He's an artist, not a good artist, a great artist, and what his art is all about is about our country, America. He's one of the greatest politicians for one thing, for this country, America. And I call him a politician because he would die for that flag tomorrow. And he shows it. And he's done a lot of public stunts. He's been locked up a few times. I never locked him up. I would never lock him up. I'd tell the captain, kiss my ass. Scott LoBaido, you're from Staten Island, and you're probably one of the most famous Staten Islanders there ever has been. And I've been following you other than our relationship. I followed you for years and years, and I love your Instagrams, and I love how you just go at it. You don't give a shit about nobody. You tell it like it is, and it's just so refreshing, Scott. I just want to find out for the people, who is Scott LoBaido? Let's start off. How did you become this activist for our country?
It comes down to what I realized later on in my life. I'm, at the age of 61 and been an artist forever. That's the key. Is I'm an artist. I was born an artist. I wasn't born a patriot. I wasn't born a conservative. I wasn't born an American. I mean, obviously I was, but mentally it was not. The creativity was there. The artist was there. I was always creating. I was always an artist. And then after so many years of doing it, and you get older and you learn about life, you learn about society, you learn about humanity.
But did the artist world accept you for this type of artistry that you had? No. What was your problem with that?
It wasn't about them not accepting me. I didn't accept them. Because there was a point where I found myself in the early 90s.
Yeah.
I said, I got to go to the big city. I'm from Staten Island, I come from a sanitation worker, cops and firemen. And I go find myself in a big art world and say, where am I going to fit in as an artist? And this is in the early 90s. And I saw in a gallery, there was one gallery I walked into, and they had an American flag on the floor. When you walked into the gallery, you had to wipe your feet on the American flag.
Wow.
This was, and this is where I don't understand. How is this art? How is this the creative community that has more freedoms than any fuckers in this whole country?
Yeah.
We artists have more freedoms than you, than him, than anybody. And they're stepping and biting the hand that feeds them. I said,
wow.
Fuck this. I don't want any part of this art world. Here's where I'm going to do something different. I'm going to bring patriotism back to life through the arts when nobody has done that.
And the American flag, so many different variations that you've painted. A lot of people don't know you painted an American flag in all 50 states, Scott?
On a rooftop or a building in every single state 3 times over. 2006 I did it, 10-month drive through every state. I don't fly. And 2011 and 2015.
I was down there 9/11 when the towers came down. It's a very sacred place. And when that scumbag smiley face was down at our memorial to 3,000 Americans that died down there that day, and he has the audacity, and when he hangs out with this Piker, whatever the fuck his name is, where he says, The United States deserved 9/11. I'd like to punch him in the fucking mouth along with smiley face. How they could talk about our country. There's two scumbags like this. And I think he's got 9 million viewers. And they're out there and they're knocking this country. And this guy here, who wasn't even born here, came from Uganda, where that guy Idi Amin was. Now he's heading up the greatest city in the world. $127 billion budget. It's like a major corporation. And this jerk, all he does is smile. I saw him coming out of the friggin' Oval Office when I went to see the president 7-8 weeks ago. You know what he did? He walked out. I was shocked. This idiot, and I go like this, I say, hey, listen to me. I'm a retired detective. Stop fucking with the cops. He smiled. I said, I ain't playing with you. Stop fucking with the guy. All he did was smile. This piece of garbage, I still don't know what that's all about with the president, why he has this scumbag around.
The devil always comes with a smile.
That
man is the devil. Okay? And
Can I use that, Scott?
The devil always comes with a smile.
I like that.
You saw the portrait I did of him.
Yeah.
It was him holding up a picture of a giant smile over his face with his red demon eyes, and he was holding that smile. What he did the other day, what pissed me off is not that he was laying a wreath at 9/11.
Yeah.
Okay, having a friend like Hasan Piker that said and continues to say, as he travels this country and gets to speak at American universities saying that America deserved 9/11, and this piece of shit, jihadi, little gypsy fucking terrorist, Mamdani, smiles and goes there when knowing that he's best friends with this fucking guy. That pissed me off. I've been trying for years to get the appropriate size American flag at Ground Zero in time for the 9/11 25th anniversary, and it's like pulling fucking teeth from these people. And I've had it with them.
One of the questions again.
I've had it. It's insulting to put up the flag. It might offend somebody, but yet this piece of shit can show up at Ground Zero and lay a wreath. Shame on the families that allowed him to be there. Shame on the 9/11 Museum and the whole commission.
Who's cock-blocking you there? Scott,
I don't know, but I know there's a lot of people out there that politics don't line up with mine. And if they don't get an American flag up, they got two little ones that get hidden behind the trees now that the spring is here. You don't even see them. They've been promising me. We came to a conclusion that it would go on a building, and it's been 8 weeks. 9/11 is in 4 months away, and there's no way that they're going to be able to get that done in time. And if they do not, I am going to raise more fucking hell than they have seen me raise since then. And I don't care how sacred that ground is.
Where exactly were you asking for it to be?
Anywhere on the ground. But apparently the ground is too hollow. We can't put a flagpole. It would take too much time, too much this. So we agreed to put it on the building. That structure was very strong. There's plenty of beams and everything. And this is 8 weeks now since I had their last meeting.
Your design would be to put it on one of the buildings on
the 9/11 museum.
On the 9/11.
They offered that, and we came to that compromise.
So where are we at with that?
I haven't heard from them in 8 fucking weeks. But yet this piece of shit.
Who's in charge of 9/11 museum?
There's a bunch of people. I'm not mentioning any names because I'm going to give them their last bit of thread to get this shit done. Otherwise, I'm going back like I did. I rented a crane, cost us $10,000, and I just, right across the street, this was a little less than a year ago, to get their attention because they wouldn't listen to me. And I hung a 30 by 60 foot flag. And then they realized, okay, we'll listen. They know they have to do something, but I'm getting really pissed off. That's what put the icing on the cake. I've been really quiet, and then when I found out that this piece of shit, who is best friends with the guy who says America deserved 9/11,
we can't get a friggin'
and I can't get a fucking flag up. Not me, not I. I don't even want to be part of this. I told them I'm too controversial because I'm a patriot. Said just take it over and put the fucking flag up, and I'll walk away. I told them I don't want any of the glory. I don't want anything. It ain't about me.
Give me names of people because I want to help you with this because you know what? I'm an American. I love America. I love the people that passed away down in 9/11. I will help you in any way I can.
They got another week.
Why can't we get
They got another week, and if they do not hear from them...
Have you reached out to Trump?
Listen, let me say something about Trump, okay?
There's a lot of cock blockers
I will
there.
Thank you. I will take a bullet for him tomorrow.
Yeah,
What I did for that man, I got him elected. The sacrifice I made, the stitches I got, the property I got damaged, the prosperity I lost, and I'll do it over and over and over again. It ain't him. It's the people around him. I call them fake patriots. They're fake patriots. They're wagon jumpers. They were nowhere around until it became trendy. When MAGA became trendy, patriotism and the flag became trendy, all these fake people are now around him that threw me under the bus. I should be right there. I should be in his administration. But I'm
absolutely.
not. Not because of him, because of the scumbags that infiltrated that administration that are never, they don't have a stick,
they're
stitch of patriotism.
Scott, they're afraid of you.
They're petrified of people like me, bro.
Because you tell the fucking truth.
Bingo.
Man.
That's why I sleep like a fucking baby at night.
When you came out with your documentary, The Relentless Patriot, how was he? Didn't you play it? Didn't you play it down in Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah, they debuted
with the president there.
Yeah, he showed up. He came in the middle of it and stopped it, and I was like, kind of made a joke, like, you interrupt them, you're stealing my shit here. Like, make it a joke.
Yeah.
It was cute. But sadly, the people that affiliated with my movie are part of those people who infiltrated. They just used me. I'm not going to name any names. The director, Chris Martini, is a great guy. He's cool. But the people, I can't even mention their names, who were part of my movie, they used me and stole everything from me, every one of my contacts, everything to infiltrate them. And he is now infiltrated into the White House with the Trumps, but he's going to come down soon. So I'm not saying anything right now. And he's going to bring a lot of people down with him. So I hope the Trumps stay away from this guy. But it's the same thing. Same kind of person. Like I said, these people fear the real patriots like me that speak the truth and you. And they're pussies. And they jump in, steal our shit, and run with it and infiltrate themselves in there. But they don't last, so it's all good.
Yeah, well, all I can tell you on this matter with the flag down there, you use my name. Give me the names of the people at the museum.
Oh, I'm going to open up the can of worms, but I'm giving them the last fucking chance.
I'll fucking name them by name when I'm doing it. I will back you up.
All Donald Trump has to do is know about this, and he will make sure that a flag, the appropriate size flag.
I might be down in the next 2 weeks. I'm thinking that I may go back down. I was there with him about 7 weeks ago before Iran war. And I promise you, if I go down, I'm going to say, what the fuck, Mr. President? Scott
25 years
wants to put a flag. And then you got this scumbag mayor, and this is how I talk to Donald. Same, I know Donald 44.
That's why we love him.
Years.
He talks like us,
right? And you know, want to know something? When I was sitting in
He's
the White House,
a fucking man. It's called being a fucking alpha.
I was sitting in the White House. You know, what he says to me, he goes, "Bo, what do you think about Iran?" This is 2 days before they go. I said like this. I said, "We should bomb them into the fucking Stone Age." And he smiles at me. And then all of a sudden, I had the other ideas with the Homeland Security, and he made me wait for the Secretary of State come in. He's a good man, that Secretary of State. I like him a lot, Rubio.
Yeah, I like Rubio for the next run.
I like him all the way. I'm
telling you, that's
my guy, too.
Same here.
He just plays well. He's smart. And look at, ain't bad.
He grew.
And we get
back in the day, he was a little.
Yeah, and we get a little Hispanic back. And
yeah.
What's wrong with that? Because you want to know something? This majority of Hispanics are great patriots. They love this fucking country.
1,000%.
And you know what? It wouldn't be bad to have Rob Rubio as a president.
It has nothing to do with the ethnicity, the gender, the religion. It has to do with you being an assimilating patriot.
Right.
And that's what I want to just jump into here. Saturday night, it was at Ellis Island at a big 250 event with Mothers for Liberty and Glenn Beck and his foundation. And it was the first time I was on Ellis Island. Shamefully, I've been to the Statue of Liberty many times, but I was never in Ellis Island. And I displayed one of my beautiful latest paintings of the American flag at the event. Wow. And I cried because here I am in the same footsteps where my great-grandparents walked that came here for a better life, not for them, but for me.
You're listening to Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast. Please stay tuned with this message, and we'll be right back. Thank you. I'm a first generation. My mother was born in Catania, Sicily. My father was born in Germany. So when I got the Fugazi Award, I call it the Fugazi Award, Bill Fugazi was in back of it, and that was the Ellis Island Medal of Freedom. And I received with Jim Fox, the assistant director of the FBI, and my mother was there. It was a beautiful experience. I think it was 1992, 3 or 4, something like that. Beautiful experience. And that was what America is all about. It was not all about just open, run in, let the criminals, let the Chinese spies run, everybody run into our country and let them come in, let them commit crimes, and don't you dare try to arrest them and send them to ICE. Let them commit crimes and release them. We're going to get into that shit. But, Scott, I just want to let you know on your issue, count me on board, put me down with everything. Let me know. I will, and I promise you one thing. If I get to see the president in the next couple of weeks, I will bring this up and I'll say, how the fuck can we not have a flag there, Mr. President? And he can do it. You say he can't.
They lit up the Freedom Tower green for the Muslims, and hey, all the respect, they do it for the Italians, they do it for this.
Yeah.
But you're going to do it for the Muslims, which happen to be radical Muslims that fucking did that?
Yep.
That's fine. Yeah. And then, but we're ashamed to put up a fucking American flag that burns a hole in my fucking ass that you can't battle.
Have you been, has Rudy been involved with you? God bless Rudy. I talked to Andrew a couple of days ago. He's off the ventilation thing, and he's getting better. And he sits on the Homeland Security Advisory Council with me, and him and I, we're like the crazy people in the council. But he's coming along. Has he ever been involved with this?
I reached out a little bit. Again, it's
well, he gets cock blocked too.
Yes, it's not, that's what it is, man. You got these people around, these great patriots that they claim. That is I hate them more than I hate liberals. Is fake fucking patriots. They piss me off more than anything else. They just follow the wind. Yeah. Wherever the wind blows, they go. For 35 years, I've been at this. Nobody was doing what I was doing in this city. With the I brought patriotism alive through art. Nobody done that in a liberal city. And I fought every fucking day. I got dozens of arrests out there. People laughed at me.
We had some of your paintings over in Fox.
No, that was a different guy. I did one painting I gave them.
Oh, because I remember they had a couple of...
Fenley.
Oh, is that what?
Yeah, he's a good artist. He's a good artist. He does a lot of
you should have
stuff
been
too.
all over there too. You know, I go back with Rudy. I go back to the commission case with the organized crime. I had retired, and then I worked with Ralph Scopo, defending him when Rudy indicted all 5 crime families, and it was just funny. We became friendly together, and we were adversaries. I was for the defense, working for the defense. Every time I went to, we had 10 contractors. Every time I went to see the contractor to get a statement, I'd say, Ralph Scopo sent me. They'd run out the back fucking door. I go to the Metropolitan Correction Facility. I says, Ralphie, these fucking guys, I mentioned your name, they're jumping out windows and shit. I said, they don't want to talk to me. So obviously, Rudy did. He cleaned up a lot of shit. And then when he ran for mayor in 1988, I was one of the first ones to endorse him, and he lost that. And then he became the mayor after that in 93. But Rudy, you know, back then, I remember we had 2,000 murders a year. The city was fucked. But I think it was not as fucked as it is today. You know why? Because back then, the cops could do their job. They were proactive. Today, crime is not fucking down. People are not reporting it. Nobody's proactive. The cops are afraid to do anything. We just saw what happened with this captain in Brooklyn.
Captain Wilson.
Because he made a statement about his feelings, and right away they...
And he wasn't aggressive about it. He wasn't vulgar about it.
In a conversation, which he's a human fucking being, and he has a feeling about Democrats. So, I mean, did he do something that's so fucking wrong? I don't know. But something like that now, this mayor's going to fuck him. This mayor's going to fuck him. Sid Rosenberg has to be careful everything he says with this mayor. And then we have our police commissioner, who I really like, but it's going to be a matter of time. He wants to get rid of the strategic guys. He wants to
counterterrorism, and
he wants the CCRB to be controlled by these fucking liberals, all these penis licking liberals and all that shit. And that's what we're doing. And you know what? Now they're talking with New York State parole, the most notorious killers who reached the age, I'm laughing, who reached the age of 55 years of age, no matter what they did. The guy I locked up, my last guy, killed 10 people, Palm Sunday Massacre. 8 of them were children, shot in the fucking head. He's out. They're all out. All the cop killers are out. That's why when we were talking the other day with the cop that got killed and he got 95 years, that's bullshit. They'll be out in 20 years. They're all out.
Yep.
Everybody can run the shit. The judge was really great by giving them 90 years. But then the friggin' liberals up there with the parole board, they want to let everybody go because they had a bad upbringing. They
Victim of society.
Yeah, they're victim of society. And,
look, I this is how I see it. Again, I've spent almost 35 years. I've been an activist. I've been, but it's part of being an artist. It's not a prophetic sense that we have, but we're visionaries. I'm an artist first. I'm a visionary. That's why people are like, what are you doing, Scott? What are you getting? What are you on the front page in handcuffs for? Listen to me. They laugh. Look at silly Scott. He's just doing that. And then years later, they're like, now I see what you were trying to tell us. I saw this shit 35 years ago. Letting people know about this political correct wokeism, this small little beast with small teeth that it's going to grow into Godzilla and destroy us.
We can look
here we are.
We can look as far as the other day over here, the Upper East Side. These anti-Israel protesters, all Hamas supporters over there, and they're outside the Park East Synagogue, and over there they're demonstrating, they're spitting on the cops, and it's hold off, hands off. They're rioting. They're saying, where is the right of the cop to be spat on, to be abused by these scumbags? And the cop says something, and you jump down their throat?
I put a flag up. In 2003, a bunch of flags I put up on the French consulate because the French president said some bad shit about our military. So I went up to the French consulate and I put American flags all up on it. Nothing. That's it. I just put American flags. I didn't destroy anything. I just put them on with tape. Nothing.
They locked you up on that?
Central booking for the weekend. And this is back in the 90s. This is back when the tombs, they called it. Yeah. Okay? And this little white boy from Staten Island who's tough was not tough in the fucking central booking with the hardest criminals for putting up a flag. If these little fucking turds destroy one piece of property, spit at one cop, assault, put them in central booking for one fucking night, I swear on my mother's grave, that little fucking dweeb will come out and tell all his other little protesters, calm down, everybody. We could protest, but let's not be violent and destructive because you do not want to go in central booking for a fucking night. But no, we pussyfoot around these violent criminals, and that's what you get. The city must burn to the ground. I'm happy it's burning. I am praying that the cops go on strike for one fucking night. And then, hold on, let me finish here. This is important. I studied survival skills back 40 years ago, and everybody made fun of me. Not because I was a psycho that the end is near, because I like to be prepared. Whether it's a nuclear bomb, fucking civil war, or a bear coming in my backyard, I got to be able to handle myself. And what's going to happen is the city's going to burn, people are going to get murdered, people's girlfriends, wives are going to get raped in this city. And all these young men, I'm talking about young men, let me finish here. Young men who are all pussies now, limp-wristed, weak pussies, fine. Hold on. Every single man, biological man in this country, in this world, instinctually has survival skills. And the shit has to hit the fan, and it's gonna. And then they are going to become survivalists. And that is going to change not only their physical presence, but their mental presence, where they're going to become men, conservative men, and common sense men, and the whole system is going to change, and we thrive again. That's what's going to happen. But sadly, it has to happen.
Biggest problem I see, and the Department of Education. Now, I don't know if you know, one third of the kids are absent from school. The reading levels and math levels are so fucking low. Then you bring them into the college, and the college don't want to teach about World War II, about the Vietnam War, about anything important. All they want to do is teach socialism, and that's the way of life. Free this, free that.
I'm going to stop you. I got to stop you. You're absolutely right. But who the fuck's fault is that? I'm sorry. I don't have children that I know of. I got nieces and nephews, tons of them. Those are my children. I got best friends with kids. The parents. I've been saying this forever. Well, that's what they're teaching my kid. You own that fucking school, buddy.
Yeah.
You own that school. You own that school that your kid goes to. Get your fucking face in that school. Get your buddy next door. Get his face with you and go to that fucking school. You change it. Not blaming the fucking. I'm tired of people blaming everybody else.
One of the great colleges in this country, Cornell. The fucking president, they had locked in his car, and he was hiding in his fucking car. They wouldn't let him out. They're banging, breaking the windows around his car. And this is one of our great learning institutions, and it goes across the board. So these little scumbag kids now listening to this socialism horseshit, we are really on the eve of destruction. Because would you believe in a million years, the greatest city in the world is New York City, is being run by an illiterate little fucking punk from Uganda who has no sense about anything. I mean, it's like if you told me this a year ago, I would say it can't happen. It can't happen. And then
better to happen sooner than later.
Yeah, but then we go. Now we go, and what happened in Brooklyn? You had a thing there where there was a guy, an illegal immigrant that was a criminal, and the ICE went in there to take him out.
He assaulted a cop.
Yeah,
he assaulted an authority.
Right, and what they did was, and Mamdani opens his big fucking mouth, and you know what Mamdani says? We will not cooperate with ICE. Maybe, dickhead Mamdani, if you cooperate with ICE with the criminals that are committing crimes illegally here, you give it to ICE like the way you're supposed to do. What's wrong with that, douchebag? I hope one of these little scumbags rob you and your ugly wife. Then you'll change your mind.
That's it. Pain compliant. That's what needs to happen to these young people that voted him in Williamsburg, in Bushwick, all these young sons and daughters of what? Of capitalism.
And that was in the Brooklyn hospital. That was in the Brooklyn hospital.
The hospital that he's in getting taken care of. You think he's paying for that hospital bill?
Yeah. No.
He assaulted the authority.
Yeah.
Where were these fucking protesters when Obama got rid of 12 million with ICE and our buddy Tom Homan?
Yeah.
Nowhere. Silent. Crickets. But because DJT, Donald J. Trump is in charge, they lose their shit.
Yeah.
Trump derangement syndrome.
And just the people that Mamdani puts around them. Like this woman. With the, what the hell's her name? Linda Kahn. She was the antitrust one. Back when brain-dead Biden was the president, walking around crashing into walls, all of a sudden, she was the one that put a nix and stopped the merger of Spirit Airlines and JetBlue Airlines, which would have been good. 16,000 people wouldn't lose their job. They squashed it. Where do you think she is now? She's working for fucking Mamdani now. She's in this city administration, this piece of shit. He puts all these shitbirds around him. Department of Education, moron. Every one of them. They can't run a...
It's on purpose. People don't understand that. He's not stupid. He's on purpose. He's laughing at all of us every fucking day. That cop that got assaulted.
He smiles.
He went to visit the fucking guy in the hospital, laughing at us. So I laugh myself to sleep because I warned motherfuckers about this and nobody fucking listened to me for 30 fucking years. Let it burn.
Scott the Patriot, do you remember May Day? What's May Day all about? It's the communist fucking day for the laborers. That's why you have the May Day parade. So they got this other guy, this scumbag in China. He's an American citizen. His main name is Singham. You ever hear the name Singham? He is an American citizen, lives in China. He funneled over $600 million for all these protesters, along with that other scumbag from Hungary, Soros. They want to destroy our country as we know it.
Why are they getting away with it? What happened? Again, I'll take a bullet for Donald Trump tomorrow, and I'm happy with most of administration, but I'm glad these fuckers are falling down like Bondi and Noam. What are you doing? Where the fuck is the accountability? We voted for you. We hired you. We hired your administration for accountability. Comey just went down. Yeah, what's going to happen to him? Nothing. When is the accountability going to happen?
Look at our Attorney
George
General.
Soros should be...
Look at our Attorney General, horse ass, right? Letitia James, right? She looks like a fucking horse.
Why are they still around?
And
why are they not being persecuted?
She fraudulently made an application for a mortgage in another state. It's there.
We know all of this, but why aren't they being held accountable?
You'd be locked up. And then Mamdani goes in front of the house of Ken Griffin, a billionaire, works his ass off, employs so many people. And in front of his fucking house, he's there. This is where Ken
That's
Griffin...
doxing, by the way.
Yeah. How bad? How bad? You know what? Why don't we do counter demonstrations in front of Gracie Mansion with shithead? We should go to Gracie Mansion.
Because nobody fucking shows up anymore. That's why I stopped having these rallies. People don't show up. Oh, I'm busy. Okay, well, I'm not fighting for you. This is your neighborhood. Whatever it is, believe me, I did 1 million of them. We shut down those illegal alien shelters.
And
I ran that. But they did show up. That's how it worked, because the hardworking people showed up, but they got complacent. The whole concept of this is comfortable, easy, pussies, lazy, because they're comfortable and spoiled. Not just those people on the other side, us. And we keep letting it happen.
What it's all based around is the Democratic Socialists of America. Every office, whether it be city council, the assembly, or the state senate, is being backed by this DSA bullshit. That is the culprit right there. It's a movement to take over every part of our government. They're doing it in New York City, and it's going to go across the country. What's happened in Minnesota with those scumbags, the Somalians over there, robbing all that money, sending cash back to Somalia. Nobody gives a shit. Where is the indictments? You're right. Where are the indictments with these
Tim
scumbags?
Walsh is still walking around?
Yeah.
Tim Walsh is still walking around. I'm embarrassed of this administration that's claimed that they were going to take care of all of this shit. The clock is ticking, and when Donald Trump's out of office, these fuckers are going to get stupid rogue. And the silver lining is the Civil War, because there's nobody... These fuckers on the other side don't understand. I traveled this country, as we started in this conversation, 3 times over. I lived and slept in people's barns. I lived with every single person. I lived with this country. Nobody knows the people in this country more than I do, okay? Not flying, driving, living with these people, eating with them, hanging out with them, going to veterans events and this and that. We have more... The people of this country, the real Americans, not these pockets of 8 million here in New York and 10 million in that fucking city. 300 million, 200 million serious patriots in this city are fucking locked and loaded with more guns than any other country combined we have in this country. So when the shit hits the fucking fan, and it is, they are going to lose in one fucking day. That is the silver lining.
Scott, here's what I recognize. I'm a little older than you. And I recognize one thing. It used to be that the conservatives were the ones that were aggressive. Now these friggin' liberals, they're the ones that are assaulting people. Where did they find their balls? They were all pussies.
Because we allowed it to happen. We allow them. I step over that line. I've been arrested dozens of times. You don't see one fucking mark on me from a nightstick, a billy club, or tight handcuffs. You know why? Because I step over that line. I know the position I'm putting myself in. I'm breaking the law. But I'm civilly obediently breaking the law. And I know this cop over there. I know him. I know his wife has got cancer. I know this cop over here. His kid's bad. He's in school. He's on drugs. He's got fucking problems. And I know these guys are under a lot of stress, so I know when I'm stepping over that line and I'm going to get cuffed to make a statement, when they say put your hands behind your back, my motherfucking hands are behind my back. They tell me what to do, I do it. Yes, sir, no, sir. And we don't let, that's why they get away with murder, and now the whole thing is opened up like a can of worms.
It's unbelievable. And now all of a sudden, 2/3 of New York voters say we're going in the wrong direction. You jerk-offs, 2/3 of you.
It's more than that, but those other people won't admit it.
You friggin' voted for the shit that we got in there. Now, Bruce Blakeman, I know Bruce Blakeman. Does he have a chance? I pray he does. That's the only thing that could happen to get rid of Hochul, Snaggletooth, and then he could put a lasso around Mamdani's neck. The only problem is, when the president comes out and says he's MAGA, the word MAGA in New York State is the fucking death wish.
It's dangerous.
It's
the
a death
I don't want to
wish.
get into it, but the whole thing with Curtis is people are like, well, Curtis doesn't like Trump. What if they're not getting along? That has nothing to do with New York City. It has nothing to do with, this is not MAGA. We don't want a conservative. I told Blakeman's people when I met him a couple of times, I'm going to do some campaigning for him. I said, he's got to loosen up a little bit. Listen, as conservative as I am, I'm just as liberal. Okay? My life is about balance. If the conservatives were fucking up this country and this city, I'd be doing the same exact thing, getting arrested as an activist, as an artist, for the left side of things. It's about fucking balance. And that's why I'm hard-ass on the conservative side right now, because that's the balance that needs to be brought back. Without balance, this country is fucked. We're supposed to be a little off, a little conservative, a little liberal.
And a lot of people missing one thing, the New York City and New York State, they have to work with a balanced budget. I'm talking about economics. They got these bonds that they have to have. Right now, with the budget not being balanced and all that stuff, still, you have a problem of people of the city and the state raising money. And I don't understand. And when I talk to the president, again, I'm going to say this little scumbag is a cockroach. He's a smiling fucking cockroach, Mamdani. Why would you even? He hates you. He hates your family. He hates the idealistic values of patriotism in America. Why would you even let this? I would step in dog shit before stepping on him.
We all know Donald Trump is a genius chess player, so I'm just praying that that's what it is. And also, Ken Griffin?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Take your money somewhere else. Let this fucking city burn to the ground so the survival instinct kicks in and we become men again. I'm not knocking women here. I'm talking about men. Becoming men again and rejuvenating this fucking forest that will rejuvenate once it burns down to the ground. So let's the fire continue. The more it burns, the better the chance Blakeman has too.
Yeah, and then on top of quality of life. Quality of life in New York City. With these, you got to watch when you step off the curb. No license plates, no insurance, no license and everything. I'm surprised more people ain't killed. And now Mamdani tells the cops, hands off them. He don't want them to bother them. He don't want to bother the Somalian guy that's here illegal that just raped a little child. He don't want to bother nobody. I am really on board with you. It's such a disgusting place New York has become. The dirt, every aspect of it. Because you know what? No one gives a shit. Go to L.A. Have you been to L.A.? No. L.A. used to be beautiful.
Yeah,
the
I
freeways
lived there many years ago.
Had flowers and grass. Go there now. Scumbags all over the street living like this piece of shit wants to allow people live in huts on the street. I am just, you know, like last night.
We're too old to get like stressed out.
But I'm going to tell you something. You know, you say you're too old. I didn't sleep last night. I was thinking about so many things. I thought about the time when I ran for mayor, when that fucking big scumbag, who was the head of the Republican Party, do nothing, Big Bird too, Cox, Ed Cox,
yeah,
Cockhead. That's what he's, a cockhead. He drove the Republican.
Not a fan of mine because I don't answer to him.
He drove the fucking Republican Party into the fucking ground, and how he has the balls to even pop his head up. He destroyed the New York Republican Party totally. He ran shit candidates, and then when I wanted to run for mayor, I needed that Wilson Bacula. He was the one that cock blocked me against Big Bird de Blasio. De Blasio wasn't afraid of your gal there, Malatakis. He was afraid of me because I go right up in his fucking face. And then this motherfucker would not allow me to get on a ballot. Did you know what happened to me? Because when I ran for mayor, Ken Langone from Home Depot, Steve Cohen, that owns the Mets now, comes to me and says, Bo, we'll support you all the way. We'll raise millions and millions of dollars. One condition, you can't run as a Republican, run as a Democrat. I said, I don't give a shit about Republican, Democrat. You know what I'm about. I'm about safety, security, and good things for this city. So I'll run. So I changed the thing, and I also checked independent. I figured I'd run on another line. And then what happened, Scott? I get a call from the Board of Elections. You're not on the ballot. Then David Goodman from the New York Times calls me. He says, but you're not on the ballot. I call the head of the Board of Elections. He goes, well, you checked 2 boxes. Although it's happened before, we'll send you an affidavit. We'll get it no rights. You'll be put right back on the Democratic thing. Not to happen. Months go by. David Goodman calls me. He said, you're not on. I call the cocksucker from the Board of Elections. I say, hey, fuck up. What happened here? He goes, well, Mr. Dietl, I have bad news for you. We had a meeting. You are not going to be on any line for mayor. I said, you fucking scumbag. Then I hired Marty Connors, the lawyer from Brooklyn. I gave him $40,000. He said, I take care of this. With first court, I go to Supreme Court. I walk into the court. The woman looked like the sister, not because she was black. I said it just the way I said it. If you looked at a picture of her and Charlene de Blasio look like sisters, I said to my lawyer, I said, we got a problem. They look like her sister. The judge then goes, Mr. Dietl, I don't think we have to have a hearing. Who do you think's in my courtroom? De Blasio's general counsel and 2 lawyers. What the fuck were they doing in my courtroom? I go to the appellate court, Court of Appeals, same shit. This is what happens, the corruption. So I'm thinking about last night, because I ran for mayor that time and I supported, and that's when I got thrown off of Fox because I supported Roger Ailes. I'm a guy who's very loyal. If you get fucked up, if you get fucked up,
loyal for Curtis Lewa. I don't give a fuck.
If you get fucked up, I'm still supporting you. You're my friend. But this was the taste of what the corruption is in this city. And it goes on and on. The waste factor. And
because everybody, even people that we know and people we love and people in our party, I mean, I'm not a Republican. I vote Republican. Right, that's the difference. People don't think, you're a Republican. Don't you fucking think? You don't fucking know me.
I'll vote for the person.
You don't know how liberal I am.
I'll vote for the person.
I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah. I supported Eric Adams when he ran for state senator, borough president, and mayor. I raised a lot of money for him. Did you know what happened with him? What do you think he's a fucking Albanian citizen for now? I don't think there's an extradition. $7 billion no bid contracts. And then his people came to me, wanted me to bill $119 an hour for an unarmed security guard, which goes no more than $38. You know what I told him? Get the fuck out of my office. I called Eric Adams in my office. I said, Eric, you wonder why I'm not doing any security? Because your people wanted me to charge 3 times the amount and kick back 20% to a consultant firm in Texas. Here, you're talking about $7 billion.
What's the word we're looking at? Accountability.
Right. And he should have still been the fucking mayor if he wasn't such a fucking thief, Eric Adams, with all his people. And we wouldn't have to have this scumbag in. I would take Eric Adams. All he had to do was get rid of it. I don't know when it was enough. I don't know how much his number was. But when he had enough, I'd rather Eric Adams stealing than his fucking socialist communist. What about you?
Regardless of what came of this past election, even if it was Cuomo, okay, which is a fucking disgraziata, which is disgraziata, we'd still be in shit because people just don't get it. I thought, wow, people have done with women getting set on fire in the subway, veterans being pushed in front of the train. Maybe, hey, listen, you don't care what you say about Curtis, his hat, I don't like him. He was a New Yorker. He would have put the fucking, it was his time, regardless. It didn't happen. But if Cuomo would have won, this piece of shit, Mamdani, and his socialist agenda would have grown in the next 4 years 10 times stronger than he is now. So this is the best case scenario that he is here.
So we got the shit. So
let it fucking burn.
You're trying to say, here's what you're trying to say, Scott. We got the shithead, the worst of worst. It could be any worse than this.
No worse. It can never get any worse than this.
He's not even faking it like the guy from California or even that douchebag governor from Minnesota. He doesn't even fake it. He is an out-and-out communist social scumbag.
He is the devil.
And he hates Jews. He's anti-Semite. Everything you want. So I got what you're saying. So you're saying.
Think about what I'm saying.
We got the worst.
The forest needs to burn in order for it to rejuvenate itself back to its original fucking self. That's where we are, people. Let it burn.
Wow.
Let it burn.
Scotty, this is so enlightening. I hope people watch and try to understand what the hell we're talking about here, because this is our city. We love New York City. I really want to thank you for joining me today. And
thanks for having me, man. You're one of the fucking fighters, bro. You're one of the front liners.
I want to make sure that you get me on board with this flag thing. I don't know if I'm going to see the president in the next 2 weeks. If I do, that'll be one of my calls. But I want to.
We reach out to the other patriots.
I want you to get me the names of these other fuckers down there so we can really put a fucking headlock on
like
them.
over 100,000 signatures I got on a petition for it from people all over the world to put this flag up.
Why wouldn't we want? This is America. And that flag that you paint so beautifully all the time, this is our country. People died for this country, and these fucking scumbag socialists and communists want to take it away. You want to know something? I'm going to start carrying an extra fucking clip, because when it happens, it's going to fucking happen.
It's going to happen, man.
Yeah, and you want to know something?
I am the epitome. When you look up the word freedom in a dictionary, it's my face, because I am the epitome. I am the artist. I get to express myself the way I fucking choose. And it is the greatest thing in the world. It is the sexiest fucking thing in the world. And it's because of that flag and the men and women who bled for me.
God bless you,
And
Scott.
that's what needs to be understood.
Thank you so much for coming on my show, and I love you. And
Let me know next time, because I got a lot more to say, brother.
Yeah, and that will do it for this show. Scott LoBaido, one of my best guests ever. Thank you so much. Tell everybody, tune into Bo Dietl's One Tough podcast. Till next week. Thank you.